Hello, 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 everybody. Grace Alana here, Moon World Mommy, Grace the Astrologer, and welcome to day 16 of 25 days of astrology. Y'all, this has been whooping me around. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta record a YouTube video every day, but it's almost over. And I'm not saying that y'all get what I mean. This is a lot of I want to cuss, but I'm trying to stop cussing because I'm in the process of getting my channel monetized. So I know that a potty mouth can affect that. So yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you to everybody who has tapped in through the past 16 days. We got 9 more days to go. I really love how y'all rocking with me. I got some good ideas for videos, but I'm going to be honest. The best videos that I think I'm going to post, I don't think I'm going to post in this series. I think I'm going to post them later. Because I owe y'all a how to read your birth chart video. There's another in-depth video that I really want to post that I can't remember what it was about. So I got to think about that. I think hopefully I wrote it down somewhere. But just know heat is coming. But anyways, today's video is going to be about the 7th house again. I recorded a video breaking down each planet in the 7th house a couple months ago. I don't even think it was a couple months ago, maybe a month, maybe 2 months ago, not that long ago, but I made a video about the 7th house on my TikTok and it went kind of viral. So I'm like, oh, let me get in the field. Let me actually make a long form YouTube video with more information. So I posted that, but that was just about what the 7th house meant as a whole and what it means to have each specific planet in the 7th house. Now, this video is going to be a brief description of each sign in the 7th house. I'm going to give you a little bit of detail and descriptions on what you can expect from partnerships and relationships with the sign on the 7th house. And then I think later in depth, I'll probably make a more in-depth video. So like I'll do a whole video just for Aries in the 7th house, so on and so forth. But yeah, before we get into that, moonworldmommy.com to book a birth chart reading. If anybody is interested in getting their chart read, if you have any questions about your chart as a whole, if you just want to see how I read charts, whatever, the link will be in the description as well. If you want to prepare for 2026, you know, it's time to really get into that planning and that preparation bag. I can help you figure out what to do and how to navigate your year using astrology. So tap in with me for that. Okay, so let's get into it. Like I said, go watch the other video about the 7th house if you want like a more in-depth description of the house as a whole. But yes, the 7th house is the house that is associated with marriage, committed partnerships. It's associated with contracts, open enemies. It's anybody in your life, and it's the house that represents your interpersonal relationships. Because at the end of the day, yes, the 7th house is marriage, and it's your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever. I do want to emphasize that. But a lot of people don't emphasize the fact that the 7th house is all of your relationships and partnerships, and it's the house that represents the way that you relate to and connect with literally anybody and everybody in your life on a one-to-one basis, because the 7th house is the house that is opposite the 1st house. Everything is in astrology, especially when it comes to the houses, is an axis. So what you have on one side, you have on the other. So the 1st house is you, the 7th house is your relationships, the people in your life. But yes, of course, the ultimate partnership is a marriage, whatever. But yes, so Aries on the 7th house, this can definitely indicate that you attract partners that are bold, that are assertive, that are confident, that are competitive. They have a fiery energy. Relationships you might find for yourself often happen quickly, and they're very intense. And this can be a good thing and this can be a bad thing, because you can definitely find yourself being impulsive or taking risks, or maybe being attracted to toxic partners or people who don't necessarily want something stable and long term. Like there's just a lot of quick, not necessarily consistent energy with an Aries 7th house. So you have to be mindful of that if you want structure or discipline in your personal relationship life. Conflict, though, can be a part of bonding. Like this is the type of person who argues as a part of foreplay. Like you and your girlfriend get into it, she smacks you around and you like it type vibe. Although we shouldn't be doing that, but you like it. And even again, thinking about Mars being competition, Mars being conflict, this can definitely bring the energy of power struggles or a lot of arguments, or even your partner might be in competition with you if you got Aries on the seventh house. So you just have to, like I said, make sure that you're setting clear boundaries for what you want and how you want to navigate these partnerships. And at the end of the day, because Aries is the sign of self, Aries is the sign of me and what I want. Marriage and partnerships a lot of times can push you to learn to compromise if you have this placement. Taurus on the 7th house. This is somebody who seeks stability, loyalty, and long-term commitment. So this is the complete opposite of Aries energy, where everything is fast and impulsive and risky. In Aries, everything is slow and dedicated and calculated in Taurus. So yeah, this is the type of person who dates. Like the person who has Aries on the 7th house, they might, and not necessarily that the 7th house is dating, that's so more so 5th house, but the 7th house, Aries on the 7th house person is going to get involved with people and things that are fun, exciting. Whereas the person who has Taurus on the 7th house, they're going to get involved with people that they see a long-term future with. And this can indicate, Taurus on the 7th house, that your partners are people who value comfort, money, and physical affection. I also forgot to mention, I skipped a bullet point for Aries. My bad, y'all. I forgot to say that with Aries on the 7th house, this can definitely emphasize that your partners are people who are like entrepreneurial, they're athletes, they're leaders. Again, they're in roles where they can be competitive and where they can assert themselves or where they can have leadership type roles. So yeah, Taurus on the 7th house, your partners can be somebody who really values comfort, money, physical affection. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is the more sensual side of Venus. And this person, period, likes nice things, can even introduce you or bring luxury into your life as well too. And this is a slow burn placement. Like people who have Taurus on the 7th house, this does not give, oh, I just met you, let's get engaged 2 months later. Hell no. This is the person who's taking their time, because if they like you, they're really investing in you. They're really investing in this partnership. And, they grow slowly. It does give a slow burn, but these are the people who are together with somebody for 40 years. Or this is the people who have had a business partnership or all the same friends or connections or people in your life forever. And even thinking about, Taurus representing money. This can indicate maybe your marriage or the type of partners that you attract are, the partnerships in general, romantic partnerships, are attached to material security or maybe some sort of shared resources. But, Taurus is a fixed earth sign, and Taurus is the ultimate stubborn sign. So this can definitely indicate that you have the potential to attract partners who are stubborn, or even partners that are possessive. Like a lot of people don't talk about how Taurus, because Taurus, again, is a sign that's associated with, whereas Aries is like me, Taurus is like what I like, what my tastes are, my stuff. So yeah, if somebody likes you or wants you, they might be possessive. And at the end of the day, like this is somebody who wants a traditional lifestyle, a traditional marriage or partnership. Like you ain't gonna be somebody who really wants a polyamorous relationship. You want you and your husband to be in the same bed every night, and you want the 2.5 kids and the dogs with the picket fence, period. Gemini on the 7th house can attract partners that are witty, that are curious, that have a very playful, youthful, childlike energy. They're curious. I already said curious, but it's fun, it's flirty, and it can give a very exciting energy to your love life. This is somebody who needs communication and relationships, whether it's your business partner, whether it's your baby mama. You have to have an open line of communication or it's not going to work. You have to be able to express yourself. But also Gemini is a very receptive sign. So like, it's not that you just want to you just want to express yourself, but you also are somebody who will pay attention to what your partner has to say too. Now, I always tell people, it's so interesting that, and I literally had a reading for this today. Somebody asked me if they had the potential to be in multiple partnerships. And I always tell people that if you have Gemini on the 7th house, it could very well likely indicate multiple partners or multiple like long-term partnerships, or maybe you get married multiple times, because Mercury is a sign that's associated with multiples. And even thinking about Mercury and Gemini, like a mutable air sign, kind of all over the place. So you might think you want this right now, or it might have been cool and you liked it for the moment, but all right, it didn't work. Where's my next husband? Where's my next wife at? Like, it's a very fluid sign that's associated with movement. And even again, Gemini is the twins, so definitely could experience multiple significant partnerships. This is the person who had a boyfriend for 10 years, they had a boyfriend for 5 years, and then they was married for 2 years. Like, there's always a long, serious partnership. Not necessarily all the time, but there can be. And even, like I said, communication is important, but also mental stimulation is important. Like, it's not just about romance or love, what this person can do for you, but you also need to be mentally stimulated by this person. And you might find that your partners work in like media, writing, or education, and you have to be careful to make sure that this person really does excite you, and you get yourself involved with people who can hold your interest, because you could find yourself restless and again being all over the place and inconsistent if you do get bored. Cancer on the 7th house can definitely bring emotional safety and nurturing partners. So this is the partner who understands your needs and emotions without you having to say something. This is the person who wants you to cry. This is the person who wants you to express yourself and know your deepest, most personal, intimate thoughts. This can definitely indicate that you could be attracted to partners who are very similar to you. Maybe there's a similar upbringing. Maybe you have a similar ethnicity. Maybe you know something. There's just a common ground. It's very familiar. It feels safe. It feels secure. And you feel like your partner, whether that's a romantic partner or even your business partner, like the people that you get involved with and the people that you find yourself close to, they're your family at the end of the day. And you, especially when thinking about romantic partnerships, you want somebody that you can build with. You want somebody that you can see a future and longevity with. This can definitely even attract partners who are sensitive and intuitive and empathetic. They can be protective as well too, or they can be a maternal, nurturing type of figure. And this doesn't mean that, you know, even if you like men, like they can have a nurturing, warm energy as well too. This could even involve yourself being attached to your partner's family, or there's a lot of family interpersonal dynamics. And even thinking about the moon, like the moon is a planet that's associated with intimacy as well too. So there's just a very close, innate, and intimate connection that you have with the people that you are close to. But I will say the moon is not a stable planet. The moon changes signs every 2.5 days, and the moon can indicate that there's a lot of fluctuation and ups and downs and ebbs and flows of the relationship. And also your mood dynamics or even your partner's moods can heavily affect the relationship and how you guys are impacting each other. And you have to be mindful to, yes, you want a partner that fulfills you and can understand you and take care of your needs emotionally, but there can be blurred boundaries with dependency. And you have to make sure that, yes, be vulnerable with your partner, but don't let them do too much for you or don't become too codependent. Leo on the 7th house can make you attract partners that are confident, that are expressive. These are people that garner attention. So this can indicate that maybe your partner is known for something, or your partner is the type of person that walks into a room and everybody's looking at her. You want loyalty, you want admiration, and you want your partner to show you off. Like Leo on the 7th house is the type of person that you might want to be posted. You might want to hold hands and do PDA. Like you want your relationship to be displayed, and it doesn't have to be like flashy or excessive, but you want to be shown off, period. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And even again, like I said, your partner might be somebody who has status. This partner might be somebody who is a leader or who is known for something. And this can even indicate that, you know, the people that you get yourself involved with, whether that's a business partner or a romantic partner, they can elevate your status as well too. And they can bring you maybe more visibility or attention just because you're connected to them. This can indicate partners that are dramatic, partners that are authoritative. But this person can be a little bit stubborn as well too, and you might find that your partner is prideful or arrogant, or you might notice that these power dynamics are things that could cause tension or conflict within a relationship. And at the end of the day, like I said, you need to be chosen, you need to be cherished, you need to feel celebrated. You cannot be ignored, and you cannot sit in the shadows for a partner either. You have to make sure that you are somebody that's playing an equal role within this dynamic. Virgo on the 7th house can make you attract partners that are practical, partners that are helpful, partners that pay attention to the details, and partners who can potentially bring like order and structure to your own life. Relationships you might find can be centered on service and improvement. And again, this can be somebody who can, maybe you're a mess. And I don't mean like you look a mess, but like maybe your house is never clean. Maybe you don't have any order with routine or structure. So your partner gives you a schedule and tells you like, all right, on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you're going to do this. Or, this is the person who you never show up on time to anything. So they start to, all right, I'm going to help you do this. Or they know how to work around your schedule, whatever. This person is going to help you get your life together, period. And I will say, though, you can have high standards for commitment and involvement and behaviors in your relationships. This is the type of person like, all right, you got one strike you out. I told you not to do that. And that's good to have standards, and that's good to be strict, but you can't be too strict, because at the end of the day, Virgo is a sign that's associated with criticism, imperfection. And at the end of the day, ain't nobody perfect. No relationship is perfect. So yes, be critical. Yes, use discernment, but like, don't let it do too much. And even thinking about your relationships, your partnerships or marriages can often involve shared routines or even some sort of work or things that you're doing together as a unit. And it's not just about romance. It's not just about love. This is not the person, you might not necessarily be the person who needs the most spicy, crazy, wild, or fun relationship. You might just want a partner who that, all right, every Wednesday I can expect my wife to have this spaghetti and catfish dinner on the table. You want somebody that's reliable. You want a sense of normalcy and stability. And Virgo on the 7th house can definitely bring that. Libra on the 7th house this is a good placement for marriage and partnerships, period, because Libra is ruled by Venus, and whereas Taurus is the more like sensual, tangible, monetary side of Venus, Libra is fun, it's joy, it's pleasure, it's relationships, it's people. So this is like I don't want to say classic placement for love and relationships, but having Libra on the 7th house can just make you a very relationship or people-oriented person, period. And when it comes to your partnerships, you attract people who are charming, who are graceful, who are diplomatic, who are aesthetically focused. So this is the person who always is put together. And this is the person who knows how to work a room and knows how to work a crowd, and they're very likable, and they bring that type of energy to the relationship. Like, y'all look good together. You need balance and fairness in your relationships. You don't want things to be one-sided. It's all about reciprocity. And if you're not getting that reciprocity, the relationship is not going to work. And even again, because Libra is a sign that's so focal on relationships and people, period, this can indicate that relationships can be central to your own life direction, period. But you have to be mindful to not be passive aggressive, to not be fake. This is the type of person who you and your boyfriend really don't like each other, and y'all ain't been sleeping in the same bed, but you still tell your friends that everything is hunky-dory because you have this image or this idea of what you want your love life or your partnership to be. And you just have to make sure, again, not to be fake, to be real, and to also not be passive-aggressive. Because you like balance and fairness, this is the person who will, yes, something's bothering you, but you're not going to say it. Or even if you do bring it up, it's like, but it's fine. And it's like, no, you're really mad as hell. Express that. And again, when it comes to like legal contracts, formal unions, any type of partnership, like this is the type of stuff that you're built for, period. Having Scorpio on the 7th house can definitely bring an interesting relationship energy, because this can definitely attract partners who are intense, partners who are magnetic, and also partners who are private. So where I was talking about how like Leo on the 7th house, this could be the person who them or their partner might want to be flashy and show off the relationship. Scorpio on the 7th house ain't doing that. This is the person who has a boyfriend and don't even tell their friends. Or, yeah, you got a boyfriend, but you ain't telling your friends your details about your love life. Nope. And even again, this is the partner, it might take a while to crack them. And I don't mean crack like physically. I mean, it could take a while to crack them physically. But I mean, like, there's a lot of depth and there's a lot more to this person that meets the eye. And there's a lot more than they might even be willing to show or put out there, period. And when it comes to Scorpio, because Scorpio is a fixed water sign ruled by Mars, everything is intense and relationships are all or nothing. And even thinking about depth and there's no superficial. Where Libra on the 7th house can have fake or surface level relationships, like Scorpio on the 7th house ain't doing that at all. Ain't going for that. Power dynamics, trust, loyalty, secrets, deep submergence, that whole soul searching, that whole I don't even like to say twin flames. I hate twin flames. I don't believe in twin flames. But that type of vibe, that type of energy that y'all associate with those sorts of dynamics, that's Scorpio on the 7th house. And even thinking about, you have to be mindful because this can definitely bring up control or power struggles. And Scorpio and Mars, again, are associated with like toxicity and waste and things like that. So this can definitely bring up like jealousy, toxic, secretive. Like I said, your partner is private, but maybe your partner is high in secrets and lying. Like it can sometimes lead to not necessarily the best energy. Again, having a malefic on the 7th house does not always bring the easiest energy relationship wise. So you have to be mindful of some of those power plays and the intensity of your relationship. And at the end of the day, like, because I hate to say Pluto. And I was thinking about Pluto, and I don't want to associate Scorpio with Pluto because traditional rulership. But like Scorpio really is a transformative sign because they're all associated with like depth and death and all of the things. So like relationships and the ways that you connect with people can definitely bring a lot of profound personal change just in your life overall. Sagittarius on the 7th house can attract partners who are adventurous and explorative. These partners are wild, fun, and crazy. You might be attracted to partners who are foreign or culturally different, or who can open you up or bring you some just sort of something that's not common or normal to you in a relationship. This partner can bring these types of things. And even thinking about Jupiter and Sagittarius being a planet and a sign that's associated with like knowledge and wisdom and philosophical things, this partner can even open you up to things from a deeper knowledgeable level. But you need freedom within your commitment. I forget what sign I said ain't going for no polyamory or nothing like that. It's probably one of the fixed signs. But yeah, you want a partner, and yeah, you might be loyal to this person, but like you maybe don't want to sleep in the same bed. Or maybe, yes, I love you and I want to be with you, but I don't want to live together. I'll see you 2 or 3 days out the week. And we can go on dates and I can see you, but not every night. Or I don't want to talk on the phone every day. I want to talk to you every day. Or maybe I like you, but I like her. Can we be a throuple? Or maybe I like you and I like him, but let's not be a throuple. Like you just need your freedom within the context of your commitments. And like I said, marriage or partnerships can involve travel or cultural differences. So this is the person that flies to Africa and you meet your husband, or you find yourself on an airplane and you chop it up with a stranger, and this leads to a lifelong friendship that turns into a business partnership eventually. Your partners, again, could be teachers, scholars, or truth seekers. Somebody who's spiritual, somebody who's spiritual, somebody who's knowledgeable, somebody who can put you on and really educate you and help you learn yourself something. Jupiter and Sagittarius are associated with truth, again, knowledge and wisdom. So like honesty is non-negotiable. You don't want to be lied to. You ain't going for no shenanigans in the relationship. Your relationship has to have meaning. It has to stand for something. But again, because you like adventure and you are all over the place, and sometimes this can be somebody who might be afraid to settle down, or you don't like commitment. Or again, like your relationships or energies could just be all over the place, or you could find yourself in multiple situations or multiple long-term relationships because you just don't want to pick one person or something like that. Capricorn on the 7th house can indicate a partner who could maybe be serious, because Cancer risings, and I'm a Cancer rising myself, baby, we are all over the place. And being ruled by the moon, a lot of times the partners, the best suited partners for you are the people who are going to be structured, who are going to be disciplined, who are going to be more serious and bring that stability in your life that you probably need. I'm talking to myself. But yeah, this can attract partners who are serious, partners who are maybe older, partners who are established. Relationships sometimes can feel very serious and responsible, like you're not going to be playing with a partner, period. I said this, I mean this is what I'm going for, love it or leave it. You don't really play games with people, but you have to be mindful of not being too serious. Like myself being a Cancer rising, something that I notice is I be taking stuff too seriously sometimes, and it's like, girl, relax. But even again, because this partner could be somebody who's maybe older or more serious or who is established, you might find that your partners or the people that you get yourself involved with can improve your status. Or this is somebody who can bring long-term security and stability to your life in different types of ways. Your partner might be a professional, or your partner might be an authority figure or somebody of influence. And again, having Saturn rule the 7th house, this can indicate it takes you a longer time to get what you want out of your love life, period. But because it's taken time, because you've used your discernment, because you've been patient, a lot of times, yeah, you might not get married until you're 40, but you're going to be with this person for the rest of your life. Or you might be the person who doesn't ever have a relationship at all. Even, you might not get into your first relationship until you're 40. But again, you're with this person and it lasts forever. And you have to learn to be patient. You have to learn how to handle responsibilities in relationships, because also Saturn represents duty and obligations. And a lot of times Saturn on the 7th house, having a Capricorn rule 7th house, can make you be the person who's like taken care of, or there's just a lot of responsibilities and a lot of not the easiest energy relationship wise. So you also have to think about that. Aquarius on the 7th house can attract unconventional and independent partners. Your partners are eclectic. Your relationships and situations are unconventional, period. You don't necessarily want to stick to the status quo, and you don't necessarily want your partner to do that either. Relationships are not following traditional rules. Again, similar things to what I said, like having Sagittarius on the 7th house. But this is the person who, I want a boyfriend and I want a girlfriend. This is the person who, I only need to see my boyfriend once a week. Or I live in America and my boyfriend lives in China. I've never seen my boyfriend before. We've only dated online, but I know that he's real because we video chat all the time. Something like that. There's just an interesting dynamic to your partnerships. And, at the end of the day, you have to want to get along with this person. There has to be like a commonality. There has to be similar interests. You have to, it's not just about love either, because Aquarius is an air sign. Aquarius is a fixed air sign. And yeah, like it can just really be focused on more than just a typical or traditional relationship. At the end of the day, like it needs to be more than just this. This is the person who even wants to be adventurous and explore with your partner. Like I'm trying to think of the right word to describe it, but y'all know where I'm going with this. And even thinking about your partner, this can be somebody who's eccentric or different or very unique. This is like the artsy, I already said eclectic, but like your partners could be weird, whatever. And I don't mean weird in a bad way, but you get what I'm saying. This person could be very unconventional or forward thinking. This person might be really into like technology and has a lot of like cool interests, things that are not typical or traditional. And again, at the end of the day, you need your space in your partnership. Like, you don't maybe want to be all up under somebody. You don't want a partner that's clingy. Yeah, I love you, but like I said, I only want to see you once a week, period. And again, Saturn ruling the 7th house, this can delay relationships because you might feel like you have to do certain things, and you might feel like, or try to fight or resist your unconventional urges in a relationship. So this is the person who might really be bisexual, but you've been married for 10 years and to a person that's of a heterosexual relationship. You don't really want to do that, and it takes you having your Saturn return and getting divorced, and then you finally realize, like, F it, I'm outside, bring me a girlfriend, bring me a boyfriend. Like, it could really be that type of energy. And lastly, if you have Pisces on the 7th house, this can indicate that you can attract partners that are sensitive, spiritual, or even elusive. This partner is mysterious. This partner might be having some secrets. This partner might be a little suspect. Or again, this person can be somebody who can be spiritual or open you up to a lot of spiritual things. And this person can be somebody who's sensitive, somebody who's intuitive, somebody who's empathetic, somebody who you can connect with on a deeper spiritual, intimate type of connection. Have to take those rose-colored glasses off, because this can be somebody who is very idealistic when it comes to romance. Oh my God, I just met him yesterday, but y'all, I love him so much. This is my boo. We getting married. And you don't even know his last name. You don't even know that he really got 3 baby mamas and a boyfriend. He's lying to you, but he just looked good. And he told you his hopes and dreams. This is the person that's with the boyfriend. It's giving Issa Rae and Insecure. You working and you putting your life together, and your boyfriend is working at Best Buy trying to put together, what was the app called? Woo woo, something real crazy. Like, you see the potential, but what's being done with it? And you have to be mindful, again, because these relationships have these interpersonal, compassionate, deeper, intimate connections. Sometimes you might find yourself sacrificing things, or there might be a compassionate, or you're with somebody out of guilt or obligation, or because you feel like you can help them, or this is another fixer placement. You have to be mindful of from that, because you have to also be mindful of a risk for projection, or even a lot of savior pick-me dynamics in relationships, whether you're the person who's trying to be picked or you're doing the picking. Like, it's like, pick me, choose me, love me. And at the end of the day, you need clarity. You need to use your discernment within your relationships, or else you're going to be disappointed and confused, period. So yes, y'all, that is what it means to have each sign on the 7th house. Like I said, go reference the 7th house video where I broke down each planet in the 7th house and what that means. And yeah, if you want to know about your love life, when you want to meet a partner, when you can meet a partner, what's going on for your love life in 2026, what to expect from this person, how to describe them, holla at your girl. I can help you. I can answer those questions for you. Like I said, the link is in my description. The link to all of my other socials and platforms are in the description as well. Thank you so much for tapping into 25 days of astrology. If y'all have watched all the videos, let me know. Like, comment below and let me know if y'all have actually watched all 16 videos. I'm really curious. Let me know how many of the videos you've watched. And yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow for day 17. I hope to see y'all there.